Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Caboose bringing you another Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League video, and today what I got for you guys here is a huge news roundup. Okay, seriously, there is a lot to talk about in today's video, so get your food ready, make sure it's nice and warm, get your drink next to you, and buckle up, because it's going to be a lengthy video going over pretty much everything you might need to know about this game. But before we get into this, if you're looking forward to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, if you cannot wait to get your hands on it come May 26th this year, that's just a couple of months away, I need you to scroll down right now, hit that thumbs up button, share your hype with me, and let's get this video here to 3,000 likes for the Suicide Squad hype. And with that being said, let's jump into this. So once we got that brand new gameplay from yesterday's State of Play through PlayStation, we got a PlayStation blog that went over some details about the game, but also the website for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was updated, and their FAQ page answered a lot of pressing questions that people have had about this game. Some for better, some for worse. First question, and they kind of answered this in the video that they showcased yesterday, so if you were paying attention, you'd already know about this, but I'll go over it again for anybody who wasn't, because I know a lot of people are asking the question as to whether or not this is connected to the Arkham series. It is, it's in the Arkham verse, and they're also asking the question as to when it takes place in the Arkham series. Is it before Arkham Knight, or is it after? And the FAQ page finally gives us that answer, as well as, again, what they said yesterday. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a new third-person action-adventure shooter featuring an original, narrative-driven experience that picks up the story 5 years after the events of Batman Arkham Knight. So players who are familiar with the Batman Arkham series will see some related narrative elements pop up in the game. You just gotta wonder what those familiar narrative elements are going to be and how far they will go to connect this to Batman Arkham Knight and the events of that game, especially with Batman being one of those Justice League members that we're gonna try to kill. In that trailer for Batman that we got at the Game Awards, we hear that Harley refers to Batman as Bruce Wayne.
Please, help me!
Hey, Bruce!
And so clearly, you know, they're carrying over that piece of it in the fact that Batman's identity was revealed to the world. We all know that he's Bruce Wayne now, but I also want to know, what has Brucey Boy been up to since the events of Arkham Knight, and why is he back in the Batsuit and ready to be in the limelight again? Maybe things were just a little quiet in Gotham City for the last 5 years. You know, he was just patrolling the streets, making sure that the Bat family was taking care of it, and then Brainiac shows up in Metropolis, and he realizes he's got to round up the Justice League, or at least be rounded up by them, to help try to stop him, but unfortunately it doesn't really go his way. Another question that I know a lot of people were wondering about in regards to the customization for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is how exactly it's going to work. Can you customize your character? What does that look like? So on the FAQ page it mentions here, the question being, can players customize their character in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? And the answer being, yes. Players can customize their character's look with new outfits, gear, weapons, and other cosmetic items as they progress through the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League campaign. And to go deeper with an explanation on that, you'll have your looks tab, which is going to be specifically for your outfits, your skins that your character's going to wear. So if you want to look like a classic Captain Boomerang, you can do so. If you want to make Harley Quinn look like Wonder Woman, also on the table. If you want to make King Shark look like Superman, please do. He looks so good in the suit. But there is going to be gear in the game that has stats tailored to it that's going to help improve your character's ability when you're facing off against Brainiac's minions, and that's going to apply to your weapons, being your melee weapon that every character does have, but also the guns that you're going to have in your arsenal. All the characters on the roster will have available to them the option to switch between pistols, shotguns, machine guns, or even miniguns. To be honest, I wish that certain weapons were tied specifically to certain characters. That way it makes you want to try them all out and doesn't make it seem like they're all the same besides their traversal ability. But then again, their traversal abilities are pretty useful in combat. You know, King Shark has that ground pound that you're going to be able to utilize to take out, I'm assuming, a variety of enemies that are in a small proximity from one another. And then you have the fuel dump from Deadshot. You know, you got Captain Boomerang's speed, and then as well Harley being in the air at all times, swinging off that bat drone, I'm sure is going to be very helpful. Now, the next question was something that I was going to ask, and I'm a bit disappointed by the answer. The question being, can players swap between characters in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? Players may gravitate towards one squad member, but they can switch characters when they are outside of active missions. I don't know how to feel about that. You see, Batman Arkham Knight introduced this super fun mechanic with its combat, where if you go into a fight and you have Nightwing or Robin or Catwoman by your side, you can switch to them at any time with the press of a button. But also, similar to like doing special takedowns, when you build up enough of a combo or you get enough hits in, you're going to see that a dual takedown is available. So when you hit that button to switch to the other character, it does a really cool takedown animation in the meantime. And I guess I thought that they were going to carry that over into Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, but it looks like you can only be able to switch characters when you're not in an active mission. And that kind of sucks in my opinion. If I'm in a boss battle with the Flash and I'm playing by myself, maybe I want to jump from Deadshot to King Shark to Harley to Boomerang on the fly. I really would have liked to have that option available to me, but it doesn't seem that that's going to be the case, and that's a bit of a bummer in my opinion. But hey, at least the game has online co-op, so you're going to be able to jump online with your friends and have a bunch of fun in that way. And that brings me to the next question that actually really excites me, and this is something that Gotham Knights was missing out on. The question being, does Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League support cross-platform play for online co-op? Yes, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will support full cross-platform play for online co-op. Thank you. Like I said, Gotham Knights was sorely missing out on having this feature be available in that game, and I'm so glad that Suicide Squad is not going to skip out on it. Not everybody is playing on the same platform, and cross-platform has become super common in online games these days. PlayStation and Xbox and all of them are playing nice with each other nowadays, so there's no reason why every game that has some sort of online component to it does not have cross-play implemented. You know what though, when you play with your friends, you gotta be online, and you want to know something that is not good at all for this game. It turns out that an internet connection is required even if you're playing Suicide Squad by yourself. This is really bad, and it's something that the folks at Rocksteady, the folks at WB Games need to roll back immediately. You want to know why games like Batman Arkham Origins stand the test of time? It's because people had the opportunity to keep returning to it over the years and playing it whenever they'd like to and get to see the things that are great about it. Imagine if when Suicide Squad releases, some people aren't the biggest fan of it, but they want to return to it someday, and they wait 5 years from now to say, you know what, let me pop this back in and see what it's all about and see how it stands against some of the games that are out in 2028. But the servers have been shut down. They can no longer play the game at all. This is just an incredibly dangerous thing. It's not good for games in general. It makes it so that you can't have access to games if their servers ever shut down, and I don't like that. So I'm really hoping that this decision is reversed in some way, or at the very least, that the story mode is going to be something that's accessible regardless of whether you have an internet connection or not. Please, Rocksteady, WB Games, do the right thing. Moving on though, the next question is something we thankfully don't have to wait 1 week until release to hear about. What will the frame rate be for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? The PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X console version of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will target 60 FPS. Rounds of applause, ladies and gentlemen. PC specifications will be available closer to launch as the game is still in development. Nothing much more to add. I'm glad 60 FPS is what the target is for console. We don't know about the PC specifications. Hopefully that PC port is good and it runs well. We do need to address another elephant in the room. A lot of you know that this game is going to be essentially a games as a service. At least it's featuring a ton of games as a service like elements in it. One of them being that they're going to add a ton of post-launch content to the game. And well, what that will be is something in the form of expansions to the story with new missions and earnable characters available at no extra cost. New missions sounds pretty fun to me. I mean, I feel like there's some members of the Justice League that are missing from the roster that we got in the base game, and that can make for some pretty compelling story missions post-launch. I mean, I think it'd be pretty cool if we could face off against people like Aquaman, because we don't know if he's going to be in the main game. It doesn't seem like it, at least. Or Martian Manhunter, Hawkman, Hawkgirl. Those are all characters that I think could be really cool for post-launch mission. And well, characters, there's a lot of options that are available there. I'm looking forward to seeing what Rocksteady has chosen to do. But this is stuff that we have heard before. The no extra cost. They want to add new characters. They want to add new story missions. We have done this same song and dance before, okay? My only hope is that when it comes to Suicide Squad, because it's taken so long between the development of Batman Arkham Knight to now when Suicide Squad is going to release, is that they have this game as polished as it could possibly be. It's going to come out in a good state, hopefully, and that they have a really cool content plan that is ready to go not long after the game releases on May 26th. Because what ended up being the downfall of another game that had a similar style of adding new characters and new story missions post-launch is that it was extremely buggy when it released, so they immediately fell behind on their post-launch plans. I know some people don't like the battle pass, people don't like that there's going to be potentially microtransactions to buy skins in a store that's going to be available in the game. I'm not the biggest fan of it either, but I do think it's cool that new characters and new story missions are going to be continually added into the game for no extra cost. I just hope that there's going to be a lot of it to make it seem like it's really worth the bang for your buck. Because again, otherwise I would have just done without a battle pass, without skins that I have to pay for, and instead have like a $30 season pass with a bunch of missions added in there, a playable character, and a skin pack. You know, kind of similar to the last Rocksteady game that we got. And for anybody who wants to know specifically how the battle pass is going to work in this game, it mentions here on the FAQ that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will have a post-launch cosmetics-only battle pass system to earn new outfits, emotes, and other items to customize playable characters. Each battle pass will have free tiers available and no cost to all Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League players among the premium tiers that will be available via an optional in-game purchase. All battle pass items will be cosmetic and will not affect gameplay in any way. And it's also mentioned on the FAQ that there aren't any loot boxes in the game. Again, same song and dance, okay? We just hope that the execution is there. I hope that those free tiers add some sort of value for players who want to be able to grind it out. It's fine for me that it's cosmetic only. You want the gameplay, you want the story, you want the graphics, you want all those things to be done right before you want skins to be done right. But having alternate suits that you can unlock is always a lot of fun. It's always something that we want. But finally, the last thing I wanted to go over comes actually from the PlayStation blog that was put out when we got that new gameplay for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League yesterday. And it's about the open world size. And this is pretty exciting in my opinion. They said here over in the PlayStation blog, with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, we want to create a game where the city itself becomes part of the combat. In order to do this, we knew we had to make our biggest map yet. Metropolis is more than twice the size of Batman Arkham Knight's Gotham, but it's not just about the size. We put the detail and personality in our world that we think makes it feel alive and that players expect from us. This sounds to me like they know we have our expectations high for an open world Rocksteady game, and I hope that they're going to be able to deliver with Metropolis like they did with Arkham Knight's Gotham. It looks cool from what we have seen, and it definitely has the iconography you would expect to see in Metropolis for Superman, and it also fits the style that you expect to see from Metropolis if you might have recognized it from the animated series or even from the comics. So the tone and the vibe and the style, all that is there. I just hope that it feels lived in like they're mentioning here in the PlayStation blog. And we're gonna have to wait just a couple of months to find all that out and a lot more when this game releases in May. And with that being said, I now want to kick it to you guys. Let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comment section below. I know it was a lengthy video, I know there was so much to go over, but what excites you the most and what are you not excited for from what I went over in today's video? Sound off with your thoughts in the comments, and of course if you enjoyed today's video, please consider hitting that thumbs up button. It would show your support and I would really appreciate it. I've been Caboose, and I'll see you guys later.